all proper, prim and sweet. Casseroles on folding tables, name tags pinned on neat. They were stitching quilts for veterans, stars and stripes and rows. Miss Martha blessed the batting, Miss Jean wore pantyhose. But near the fellowship kitchen, by the lemon bars and rolls, there sat a crystal punch bowl with suspicious little goals. 1 sip made Carol giggle, 2 sips made Brenda shout, 3 sips made Miss Linda turn her applique inside out. The room got warm and sparkly, the music found its soul. Then Aunt Lorraine stood up and yelled, "Girls, let's lose control!" Someone spiked the punch bowl and the quilt guild lost control. Someone spiked the punch bowl, now the fat quarters got sold. They came to sew for soldiers, but the night got out of hand. Now there's scandal in the stitching and sequins in the promised land. Someone spiked the punch bowl, Lord have mercy on their souls. Someone spiked the punch bowl, and the quilt guild lost control. The patriotic patterns got abandoned by the chair. Somebody yelled, "More fusible," and kicked off both her flats with flair. Miss Ruth made an applique that made Miss Helen gasp. Miss June said, "That ain't a flower," then clutched her church hat clasp. They fused one onto velvet, they stitched one onto lace. Miss Betty made a wall hanging no one could explain with grace. The sample board got spicy, the pastor's wife turned red. Then someone wrote, "Bless this mess," on a quilt above the bread. The bobbin started rolling, the organ joined the fray. Miss Doris found her rhythm in a highly shocking way. They locked the church hall doorway, ignored the warning knocks. Then Ethel climbed the pulpit in her orthopedic socks. Someone spiked the punch bowl, and the quilt guild lost control. Someone spiked the punch bowl, now the fat quarters got sold. They came to sew for soldiers, but the night got out of hand. Now there's scandal in the stitching and sequins in the promised land. Someone spiked the punch bowl, Lord have mercy on their souls. Someone spiked the punch bowl, and the quilt guild lost control. By 10 o'clock the neighbors had called about the noise. They said they're shouting in the chapel and it ain't the choir boys. The sheriff knocked politely, then pounded on the door. But inside they were line dancing past the fellowship hall floor. There were panties in the aisle, pins scattered by the pews, pearl buttons on the carpet, and someone's Sunday shoes. Miss Linda stood there kicking like New Year's cabaret. If loving scraps is sinful, then arrest me, sir, today. Who spiked the punch? Nobody knows. Who made that block? Nobody knows. Whose bra's on the lectern? Nobody knows. Why is there glitter on the choir robes? Who called the cops? The lady next door. Who locked the doors? We're not sure. Who's got the pattern for that applique? Girl, put it away. The police came through the side door with flashlights cutting bright. They froze beside the bake sale sign and stared into the night. Miss Carol held a rotary blade like liberty itself. Miss Jean was taping fringe to the church resource shelf. There was dancing near the altar, someone posed beside the cross. The sheriff said, "Good heavens, ma'am," and dropped his ticket book and lost. The veterans' quilts got finished, though a few had extra sass. One had stars, one had stripes, and one had nice grass. Someone spiked the punch bowl, and the quilt guild lost control. Someone spiked the punch bowl, now the fat quarters got sold. They came to sew for soldiers, but the night got out of hand. Now there's scandal in the stitching sequins in the promised land. Someone spiked the punch bowl, Lord have mercy on their souls. Someone spiked the punch bowl, and the quilt guild lost control. By Sunday morning service, not a single soul would tell why the bulletin board was crooked or why the hymnals smelled like gel. The pastor cleared his throat and said, "Forgiveness is divine." Miss Martha nodded solemnly with glitter down her spine. Now every guild night after, there's one unspoken rule. Watch the punch, lock the notions, and don't let Brenda near the tool.
guilt went.